I'm not right.
Right. Are we ready? Ba, 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 ba. Wait, we need to get the official soundtrack of AvoCoc 2.2, which is the greatest song known to man. Which shall be... Oh, entering the game!
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
Are we ready for this?
We are ready for this. Alright.
Alright.
Just to let you know, blue is drunk and disorderly, and red is XXLOVEXX, which is going to be an absolute bitch to comment. Because that's way too many syllables for me, man.
We'll just call him Love.
Just call him the Love.
The Love Team. The Love Glove. There we go, that's a good one. Call him Love Glove. Alright. Now, the setup seemed pretty interesting.
We're going with ye olde proper dive composition.
Yeah, there's a proper dive comp going on the left.
Yeah, that's that one's new. I'll take that. Oh fuck! Right, drunk and disorderly in blue.
Yeah, complete with Zenyatta.
Oh, and we're seeing the classic Junkrat for and that's how you have to. By the way, that's the accent we need every time.
Every single time I say it. Yeah, you have to love.
Yeah.
And here we see some synchronized dancing here from Radiant. Look at that.
I love the Junkrat. Yep. So it's like dive with a Zarya on Swordly, and God knows what the hell's going on.
And here starts the match.
On Love. Yep,
Right.
here we go. So both teams coming in for a straight up front engage. Standard. It's been interesting to see the Rhine go up against the Winston and how they play it differently. It looks like Drunkard is
going around back right now.
Straight on point. Yeah, they're getting that point and they're getting fast. They're playing aggressive too. Like
we've got the Winston and the Zarya together. Interesting combination.
Notice how Love's being pushed back. Like they're trying to get in and they can't. They're just forced back because of the aggressiveness of Drunkard.
No, they can't, can they?
And Radiant's just 1v6.
Oh, and here goes the shield. Oh, a nice charge to get out of the way.
Ryan, I'll see you 2018. No, he's not getting cleaned up because the Matrix is there. Right on the same river.
That's true.
Quite good. But you know, we've got a hold for Drunk and Disorderly, cleaning up Junkrat, just taken out from his team, and they're getting split. Like Love are getting split quite badly. Darkzephyro, I think, so it.
Oh, interesting bomb there.
FlamingDaze just completely split and killed, but right now it looks like Drunk and Disorderly are holding it, which is good for them despite losing their mercy.
That's something you don't often see. As soon as you lose the healer, often more than not, you're in a disadvantage. But that was quite a good push.
Yeah, there's an interesting correlation there, isn't it?
Hmm.
So it's almost as if you require it to stay alive.
Like, you know, protecting one's healer. But hey, you know, that's just me throwing some shade.
No,
Alright, and here they're coming together, getting behind
the healers is silly. It's the healer's job to not get killed. Radiant's having a field day with this. Like, he's just jumping around and they've got nothing to deal with it.
No, they've got nothing at all.
They're trying to death ball their way in, but you can see why Dive is the meta, because Dive just has that freedom to just dance around them. They just can't get in. They're trying to push in, their shield's getting melted and they can't go. Grim is playing super aggressive, massive organization with Drunk and Disorderly. Like, they're clearly calling these engagements.
Yeah.
And Interface picking up 2 kills there. We've got Mercy as well. We've got
that's something I like to see nowadays, the fact that these dive comps are actually communicating. It looks like they are. Look at that. Now we've got the... Oh, beautiful. Beautiful from Bboys. Look at that.
We've got a res. Killobot could go for a res hit. Be interesting to see what they pick up, but no, they're backing up and they're resetting, which is probably sensible. We've got 4 ults, 4 strong ults.
When it comes to the dive comp, man, you can't really, you know, wall it. You just can't. Radiant sitting here all sneaky like.
The only thing that beats dive is counter dive for a reason.
Exactly.
If you try and ball up, you will just get wrecked. Okay, so
100%.
The Transcendence is coming out for Drunken Disorder. Interface taking out the Riptide, so that's gone down. Killobot still has the res, and they're gonna look there. Almost
here comes a bomb.
Contested.
Ooh.
That's what I like to see.
Heroes
And
never
the 4-man res as well.
There we go. That was beautiful. That team kill. Oh, wow.
That is strong. Like they're looking done. They're looking very strong here, we gotta say. I mean, they call themselves Drunk and Disorderly, which is kind of ironic because they've been the most communicative team we've seen so far. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, maybe the drunk part is correct and that's helping, but the disorderly part is certainly not true.
Yeah, definitely a misnomer on the disorderly part. Definitely.
You see now Love is really going optimal.
Yeah, exactly.
With the Junkrat and the Bastion. So I think they have entered what we refer to as Tilt City.
I'm curious as to see how the Bastion pans out. That being said, because Darkzephyro is actually a really good Bastion. I've played with him before, so that might be interesting.
But notice how he's trying to play the Bastion against a Tracer, a Genji, and a Zen.
No, that's true. That's very true.
He's definitely going to struggle. Like if they're playing as organized as they have been, he's down.
Yeah.
Should be. Oh, well, this is interesting. They go high ground. They're going to get the Bastion set up.
Oh,
Bboys a bit not really sure what he was walking.
a bit offside there, but he
well,
recuperates with a nice
he
back
got
foot.
out, so that's nice. This is interesting. It's turret up the Bastion up top. Grim's just trying to jump in and pump damage in. But notice how they're up there. They're not on point, so they can spam all they want. But the point's
But no, they're not going to get on that, are they?
shortly. Oh, and now they're trying, but Bastion's so out of position, he's taken out, and the point is down. And they're just going to clean up here, jumping swordly.
I've just got to say, Interface is the unspoken hero of this match, because his bumbles have been on point. Like, I'm very impressed right now with Interface.
I mean, the way they're doing it is quite interesting, because normally you'd see a Diva run with this, right? But it's like, they're taking the Zarya instead, and it's working out for them because of the fact that Love are running that more deathball-y, more closed composition, and that's so good for Zarya to just be able to just go in and clean up.
See, now I worry a bit about Zephyro's positioning, because he's right there on the side. Oh, he's moving. There we go. That's good. Because he was off on the side trying to shoot.
The big
down
stick,
the
Lucio goes down, and RedBooster is fairly low, but Bastion's set up, so they're sort of having to back out a little bit. Darkzephyro is, you know, he's looking to get stuff, but he's struggling here because the team doesn't have that mobility to sort of get him in and get him in
No,
place.
that's the thing. The thing about Bastion is you need to really find that positioning.
Yeah.
It's all about positioning with Bastion.
Yeah, and notice how Love, again, they're turreted up, they're trying to set up in their death ball, and they can't.
And there
do
goes
it.
Zephyro.
Yeah, they can't set up in that turrety ball
See,
they want
'cause
to be in.
that's
The dive
exactly
comes
what
in.
dive does. Dive does. It stops people from setting up, and that's what you know a death ball needs. It needs that setup time. It needs that ability to
and it
move together.
benefits off that ability to have the that engagement potential.
I completely agree.
Unlike
But
the death.
Look at that. Now they've pushed them all the way back to spawn. They're trying to regroup, and they're going to regroup from spawn into the death ball. That's interesting. McCree offside trying to get that flashbang. Quite interesting. Oh. Okay, they're giving him...
Okay, so they've switched up the Bastion to McCree now. It's a huge grab come.
Oh, here goes the ball! Oh!
There it is, the big stick again.
Oh,
No
beautiful.
res for them. They're going to clean up again here, Drunken Swordly. Brianino's called out of position. Lucio goes down. INorth taken out too. That's a full team kill. Everyone's on fire.
That was amazing. Oh, and Radiant gets picked.
Yeah, no, notice how INorth hasn't eaten those grabs. I think and they can't make it on time. But it's interesting with Diva to just think how different a team fight can go with one grab being eaten.
True, very true.
Like, if that grab was down, they wouldn't have anything to work with then.
But you would have got like maybe 1 or 2 people on that bomb.
And this is my mini rant because you don't get any SR in competitive for eating grabs. I just got to throw that out there in a public forum.
It's true. No, it's absolutely true. The fact of the matter that if you get rid of that grab, because that grab is a game changer, as much as a res or as much as an EMP.
Oh, absolutely.
The fact of the matter is that grab is a massive game changer, and if you can take that out of the game like instantly, then that's it.
And
So-
also it disorientates the enemy team because they expect to get the combos quick after the grab. So if the grab gets eaten and that's not properly communicated,
exactly.
you can't follow up, and you can also have like a stagger effect of ults coming in the wrong place and getting wasted.
That's
Okay,
the thing.
so
A lot
both
of these
teams are
ults that.
going
Oh, good.
either
Yeah. No, they are going on either side. That's
side.
interesting.
Interesting to see how they engage this.
INorth has switched to Zarya, which I like.
Oh, notice how a switch to basically a dive comp for Love as well. So it's
working now. Look at the anti-dive.
Yeah, the dive versus dive, and already Love looks like they're cleaning.
They've got an advantage now. Look at that. INorth cleaning it up. Killabot going for that Radiant.
Radiant's coming in from behind. It picks either way. That's a strong pick, and it looks like Drunken Disorderly could try and push off this. Radiant goes down though from INorth taking that, which is quite strong. Bboys getting another pick, and it looks like the engage is coming either way. The recall's been out, and Grimhilde is going in, and it looks like Drunken Disorderly is taking this back. Really nice turnaround there, without having to use ults either.
No, that's the thing.
So again,
So
no
that's a real
ults built
point.
either way. So it's sort of a fighting brawl with both dives right now.
True. I was gonna say, like, one of the key points of good team comp is being able to clear, an area without having to use any of the ults at all.
Yeah. It depends on what team comp you're setting up, because Especially like, after the changes they made to the ultimates, you can't really afford to have a team comp that's built around ultimates now. It's built
No,
around
exactly.
the play by play.
100%.
This is as well why dive comp does so well, because with a true dive comp you don't have combos.
No, you don't.
Rely on your ability to just win team fights. So we got the Dragon Blade coming in, but immediately stopped. Really strong play there, and it looks like it could go either way right now, because we're not going to have. We've got a res for Drunken Disorderly, but it doesn't look like they're going to look to get it off here because they are winning the fight themselves anyway. So that's a really good. That's a strong hold for Drunken Disorderly, not having to invest too many ults there either. So they have their Transcendence ready as well, and they have their Pulse Bomb, and they're going to have Grav coming up fairly soon. So huge amount of ults for Drunken Disorderly and big combos.
They're grouping up now, which is a smart move to do.
Yep.
Because they're being pushed all the way back to the
Killerbot
point.
switched off to the Reaper, which is interesting. I'm not sure really what they're going to get done with that.
Fire at will.
Oh, there
Grab's
comes
coming
another
in.
Grav.
Only finds one, and as a result the Pulse Bomb fails to connect on anything. The McCree ult doesn't really get much done either, but they are sort of, it is going either way right now. The fact that they've used their Pulse Bomb grab, there you go.
Oh, there's the counter one.
It's into a Xenol, and they have no nano, they have no fire grenade to take it out because they have no nano, so that's going to be countered strong. Bboys getting a really strong pick there, and it looks like it's going to Love, but they are getting things back and forth, and the Lucio ult goes down for Love as well, so they're investing in this point.
No,
But Drunken Disorderly are coming in and cleaning up, so their Lucio ult is down, and they have failed to cap the
Oh, now they've got a Dragon Blade as well. Look at this.
and they still have their res as well if things go too right. Lucio just on point right now for Love, and gets cleaned up. RedBooster just trying to survive, trying to contest, but taken down. And right now it's just a massive stall for Love, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get this.
No, it doesn't.
Just about getting on, but taken out, and the first game is going to go to Drunken Disorderly.
I agree.
Calling it before they turn this around.
They figured it out. They figured out that the only way to counter a dive is to go dive, but they did it a bit too late, didn't they?
Well, I think it is King of the Hill, so each round is independent, but I think to a certain extent, like, they weren't as well coordinated, you could sort of see from the way they played, and also switching off to that Reaper and things, like when they held dive it was strong, and then they sort of realized they didn't want to have it, you know? and that hurt them badly.
That was one hell of a play.
Interface going ham on the Zarya.
Look at that. Dem grab still.
Well, again, like, there was no counter to the grabs. They had the Diva that could potentially eat it, but apart from that, it was just every time Pulse Bomb grab, nothing they can do against it. They have to take that wipe.
For him, yeah.
Yeah, that
I hope
too.
that answers the question, mini tender.
What?
I'm streaming, it's just another chat.
Alrighty.
Prepare to attack.
Alright, so,
Select your hero.
welcome to round 2 of AvoCoc.
Oh, the Reaper pick straight off the bat.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little Reaper. Oh, Reaper and 76. Looks like it's the old Overwatch.
Taking
back
us back.
in.
I'm gonna hit you with them old school classic metas. Throwback classics.
We've got an Ana as well, and
Are you
it
guys
does seem like...
commentating?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just mute myself then if I'm not allowed to be
Adios.
here.
Smash that mute button, man.
Fuck you!
Oh, please. Give me some of that love. Right, so, the same composition from I believe it. Yeah, Drunken Disorderly. I just had to double
Yep,
check.
same composition.
Same again. Well, why would they change it? Doing so well. King of the Hill up again. Okay, so what we've got on Love. They've got like this. They've got the dive, except with a Reaper. So no Tracer Genji, Reaper Soldier instead.
I'm very curious
Interested to see how it plays out.
because I see why they chose the Reaper because to go against the Winston, but I'm not sure he can get that close. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't work. It just straight up doesn't work. Especially like, I mean, they're not running the Diva. They're running Zarya. Like Drunken Disorderly running Zarya instead of Diva, but it really won't work because of the bubbles and because of the aggressive plays. Okay, so Killerbot's trying to find the backline. And Drunken Disorderly are looking surprisingly disorderly right now. Their team is pretty hard. They're trying to dive in front, but their team isn't with them. And they could actually get cleaned up here. Bboys is getting... Yeah, Bboys goes down. Killerbot's taking him out. And it looks like the aggression is actually for Love right now and not for Drunken Disorderly. Okay, well, they're even now, I suppose. Reaper getting the pick.
Grim getting out there.
Yeah, so they're gonna back up. I mean, it could go either way, but it looks definitely... Yeah, it's going a lot better. They definitely had the advantage in the dive because Drunken Disorderly just split themselves, seemingly. It looked like they just split apart. And the people who wanted to dive for them just didn't really have the opportunity to. They were forced to back off and lost the point because of it.
Where does it hurt?
Flash keeping up the backline.
So the engagement started again. They're sort of just waiting, and Grim's going in deep with, but it depends if he gets the pick he needs to on Darkzephyro. But
He didn't get
away. Yeah, able to back up to the health pack, and that's putting Grim in a really dangerous situation.
Oh,
the ult's coming out.
The ult. Nice.
INorth doesn't quite go off the map. Interface looking to clean up the Zarya.
That's Killerbot though.
Killerbot's off, but to be fair, it looks like he's very split. He's probably going to get taken out.
Oh, and the counter ult.
The nano's coming out, interestingly, on Brian. Right, and it's like, why do people have esports names, man? Like, come on, just call yourself Joe, please. It makes my life easier. And interestingly enough, it actually looks like Drunken Disorderly are going to potentially clean up here. They have the ult advantage. Whether or not they have to use it is a different thing. People's trying to clean up on Soldier, but
I'm liking how Love is looking right now at this point. I mean, they seem to be fighting a little bit better together.
Yeah, I think as I knew he was called Brian, so I was just like, oh fuck, trying to say the name, I'll just call him Brian. No, so interestingly enough, Love is actually holding it, which is surprising considering how many ults Drunken Disorderly had. And they have to be careful here because they're investing ults, but they're coming in staggered. So right now it's like...
Because like, think about it,
they're not getting the point.
What else do they have?
Yeah.
You know?
They've used their pulse bomb. They've got no pulse bomb grab combo like we saw last game. The res is up, but right now it's very much just a stagger on. And even if they win this point, look at the fact that Love has held this right from the start, just by staying on it and keeping it contested. We have a Reaper ult up, could be looking to use it. The res is out, one pick coming in and D.Va's out of mech. And it looks like, yeah, so Drunken Disorderly are going to cap the point, but they've invested a lot of ults, and Love have the strong ones that they need.
That being said, look, we've got interface on the Zarya ult, Radiant on the bomb. We've also got
ready to go
the Genji ready to go for that as well. That could be a game changer.
It definitely could, but I mean, they're going to struggle to get that Reaper ult off just because of the composition that Drunken Disorderly are running. But if that comes out well, and we have a DC, and if that ult comes off well, then it could work really nicely.
Shadowboom's on 5th, and Boombox 6th.
Oh, we're back on.
Oh shit.
Hey, there we go.
I'm just gonna mute myself. Bye bye guys, I hate my life.
Adios.
Sure.
I feel like that's your calling card at this point. You may as well put it on a business card and hand it out. That's me.
Fuck you.
Alright.
You can put that one on
game.
as well.
Darkzephyro,
Grim's gonna have to soldier force to back up. You see, I've completely forgotten like where we were. We have the Reaper, but we also have a lot for Drunken Disorderly.
Oh, but
And
you
it's
see
kind of-
Love
it's a
all
mosh
bunched up.
pit.
You see that?
Yeah, Killerbot's there. They're looking to like sweep either way, and it looks like Flash can.
It comes to 76.
The Mercy's down. The Mercy's down. They've lost a potential res.
Oh, and there comes the... Oh,
All the ults.
they're using a lot of ults. Wow.
Yeah, Radiant's down, so they don't have that pulse bomb combo, but they are still winning the fight. Despite, they're investing a lot of ults into this. It could really go either way. The Zen's gone down. The ult's coming out. The ult's coming out for Love. They're gonna push this hard. Unfortunately, Brian goes down, taken out by Interface, so that's a strong pick for them. And they're still waiting on this pop
and
combo.
Bboys kicking asses.
Yeah, he's going ham there. Their res is down. Drunken Disorderly have lost FlamingDaze. They've lost their res. They've lost all that potential for that. They're still waiting on the combo. I think we could see the combo coming out any second now. I'm calling it.
Man, fucking Bboys
him,
kicking
he's-
ass on Genji. Jesus
You can see
Christ.
Interface is looking for it. You can see him. He's playing so aggressive. There it is. Oh. And they're all dead anyway. They didn't actually really need the combo. But right now, they've managed to take it all the way to 99 from 0. And that's really strong. Drunken Disorderly all out of ults. The Reaper ult has not come out yet. And it looks like Drunken Disorderly are going to clean up this round, despite the fact that the enemy team had those ults up. We didn't see a single Reaper ult come out there. I for one, I'm very disappointed. I would like to see it as 6-man team wipe.
I feel cheated from 6-man. I want to see.
Be interesting to see if it
That's what I
keeps
paid
moving
for.
up. Oh yeah. How are they going to get that sponsorship?
And Grim's having a little dance there. Yeah, that's right.
Think you can
Good
keep
twist.
up with me?
Oh, and Raiden has joined him.
Oh, you know, that's how you win these games, you know? The
Coordinated
teams
dancing.
are not soft. Oh yeah.
Oh, an interface leading the charge. As Zoe.
Both teams coming out looking to engage. They haven't switched up. Love haven't switched up their composition, which is interesting. Still running that Reaper, despite really not getting much done with it last round.
No, yeah, I noticed that.
Killerbot's going in. He's really split though. He could get cleaned up here because the team isn't there following him in. Does manage to get back though. Voice break. Don't mind me. Haven't done enough knickknacks. Brian sort of on the left side.
Barman is well deep.
Boardman's in trouble. I get him.
Oh, that's it.
And it looks like Drunken Disorderly are going to clean this up. Brian's out of mech. Killerbot's going to, you know, he's got no shield to play behind. The team's just completely split.
Oh, there goes Killerbot.
Ult's coming in as well, so Drunken Disorderly are going to take this first point and they're going to do it in style. And Zephyr's also getting cleaned up.
B-Boy going a ham on...
Well, yeah, you notice how with the dive comp he has the ability to. There's so
Yeah,
much
that's the thing.
ability, like he can just dash reset off everything because Winston's there just getting that damage in, getting the effect in that he needs.
I've got my camera fixed on B-Boys because I'm honestly impressed with this Genshin plays right now.
Poor Reaper just dancing about trying to stay alive. Gonna get
And-
killed here with a shot to the head from Flash. Very sorry. Yeah. It's like the Winston's trying to go and he's trying to get stuff done, but he really can't because like they're going in staggered. They're missing people when they're doing it, and they're just getting
Oh,
cleaned
and
up.
here comes the Genji ult.
Self-destruct is in, but it doesn't look like anything's going to get done with it. RedBooster has his ult ready if they want to make an engagement, but we have 3 ults for Drunken Disorderly, all of which are pretty strong.
Ooh,
So Killerbot's pushing in after Flash, but Flash gets the mercy on him. The ult's coming out, and he's going to try and push him back if he can. But basically, alright, so he's forced the Zen ult up. That is really strong. So they have no Zen ult on Drunken Disorderly if they if Love wants to make the push.
the 3v2, a 4v2 now, and there comes the cleanup.
Well, you just notice how Love is just very split all the time, and it's definitely hurting.
Killerbot's way too deep.
I mean, to be fair, his moves have been good. His team just haven't been there, and you can mainly say that that's just because of the fact that they're running the Reaper and the McCree. There's no one to follow him in.
You know what?
Can't do it.
I agree with you on that one. I 100% agree with you because Killerbot is actually a pretty decent Winston from what I've been seeing. He's been getting in, getting out.
Yeah,
You know?
the way he's playing it is right. He's doing the things right, but right now Drunken Disorderly are just maintaining the hold. They have the pulse bomb grab combo up when Radiant respawns. The question is, are they going to get there in time? Because Love are pushing in hard. They're using their nano, and they're probably going to drop beat and just go all in here. They have to cap this point.
There
There's
we
the
go.
beat drop. The res is up for FlamingDaze if he can stay alive. A huge grab coming in. The pulse bomb, no doubt about it. There it is. That's 2 cleaned up, with Killerbot being very low but not able to be taken out. And Interface is just able to use the energy he has to really go ham here. Unfortunately, not able to.
Oh,
get
there
it.
comes
And there's the Reaper ult. The Reaper ult, again, not finding anything, unfortunately. And it's going to be a res just to throw it in there, and Drunken Disorderly taking the second round. But yeah, this Reaper and this McCree combination is not helping them in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, I understand you want to get some damage in, but there are other DPS that do exactly
Well,
that.
this is what I was mentioning earlier about the Reaper pick, in terms of like, in theory, okay, they have a Winston and a Zarya, that should be good for you, but in practice, you can't get to them.
That's the thing.
That puts your team at risk, and these are interesting compositions we're seeing from Love.
Oh, that's
No
interesting.
love for tanks apparently. Oh, no. Oh, I swallow my words on that.
4, 3,
I'm curious about the Torbjorn pick.
3. Capture
Yes,
the
I
objective.
think the Torbjorn Widowmaker Hanzo kind of looks like a standard game of matchmaking.
Radiant engaging quite, getting in quite deep.
It'd be interesting how they play this with the hands in the widow and whether they want to hold a back. That is a big hook, but and already Love's just been pushed back and just getting flanked. Oh, that is a huge pick, a strong headshot. I mean, right now they are up. The Hanzo's taken down and Drunken Disorderly is able to push in hard. They're not engaging Kilobot, who's just sat up there as Widow, able to just get the damage.
And there goes Mercy.
But here comes the back cap.
Oh,
you actually. Oh my! I thought they were about to back cap, man. They very nearly did.
Kilobot's doing well, man.
He was embarrassing.
How embarrassing indeed.
Yeah,
Kilobot, if he was doing well on Winston, now he's doing well on Widow as well.
Unfortunately taken out. The point goes over the Drunken Disorderly, and that's just going to be a failure. Interface maybe pushing a little too deep and taken out. Love could try and counter push off this, but they are waiting on the respawns. Brian's basically got a res up here, so that's going to help him next fight. A strong hook coming in. Oh, that is a huge pick. And FlamingDaze didn't have the res out, but could have got it up fairly soon. Grimhilde is moving in tough, and the Dragon Blade's coming out. They're going all in here.
Kilobot's taking the position.
Yeah, Kilobot's able to just stand there and potentially get the picks. But he's going either way. The multi-call's out just for survival. Grim's taken down. The res is out. Love's in a really strong position here. FlamingDaze doesn't have the res he wants, and it looks like they can push on quite tough. No ults up for Drunken Disorderly, which really hurts them. And it looks to me like that Love are going to push this quite hard. Try to get an environmental but not quite able to make it. Oh, the grab's out, but I don't know. There's no.
Oh, and that pick is dead.
For a price.
Yeah, no, there's no follow-up. Again, another strong hook. Interface is probably going to get taken out here. The Drunken Disorderly are trying to contest this, keep it going as long as possible, which is a sensible decision on their part. But it will eventually go down to Love, hopefully. I mean, right now, Drunken Disorderly are coming back in, so they can definitely contest it. FlamingDaze goes down, which is a really strong pick. Maybe the Tourbillon was not to be scoffed at. I believe that Love should clear this up. Right now, it's very much just a contest. But notice how they've got it all the way to 77, and pretty much no ults are up across the board. So that's really strong for Drunken Disorderly. That puts them in a really strong position. But now notice how INorth is able to set up that turret.
And that's
behind the door, but not there.
Yeah, that'll give it at least some, you know.
Perhaps slightly justifies the Tourbillon pick. So Grim's moving in top right. They're clearly. Oh, that's a strong Widowmaker pick. Kilobot doesn't realize that he's being flanked right now, but he has a Mercy that Grim can do. At least he forces the Widow off, and he's trying to get on her pretty hard. But so it seems. But on her again. But the Mercy's there again, so nothing he can do. Meanwhile, Love is basically clearing up on the point here. Again, the time's ticking over. They're forcing ult, so Grim's ult is down, and they still have control of the point. But it looks like Zephyr has managed to waste his hog ult. Almost takes himself off the map. Oh, a genius hook!
Well done.
That's a free Zen pick. And again, like, this is really strong for Love, because the ults are coming out from Drunken Disorderly, but they're not winning the team fight. And Love have their res set up here. They're in a really strong position.
I completely take back my words about the Tourbillon, because that gives that extra little bit of what's the word?
BM.
No, it's that little bit of poke, you know, the poke damage that kind of sets people over the edge.
Alright, so Drunken Disorderly, they've got a flanking Tourbillon turret. I like to see. Grim makes quick work of that, and they're pushing in. Love, oh, that is a really strong hook, finished off, and Love are trying to hold this right now. Drunken Disorderly are pushing in, but they are down a man, so it's really not helping them. Kilobot's taken down by Radiant, and Drunken Disorderly could try and push off this. The Pulse Bomb comes out, but doesn't really seem to connect on anything.
Oh, they're being pushed way back now.
Yeah, way back, and it looks like Love are going to take this. Brian goes down with his res, which is really, really bad for him, because there's no res coming out, and it looks like Drunken Disorderly are going to clear up on this point, which is unfortunate, because right now there's two reses across the board, but if they manage to get there in time, then they're still going to get hit by a grab surge.
Oh, and Radiant, they're cleaning up on the Mercy.
Yeah, it appears that they're probably not going to make it in time. They might try and push it, but I don't know if they will get there in time. Kilobot could jump on potentially. Yes, he's in. Interface is sort of pushed out by the Hogs. They're trying to jump on the point, but right now it looks like they're in trouble. That's 2 on the grab, and they should be cleaned up. The res from Brian is still there, and the res comes out. That's 2-man res, but FlamingDaze has his res as well. Love gets a strong pick. They could potentially turn this around. It depends on whether or not the hooks come out. That's another strong hook. Flash goes down. Looking to set up a res potentially. Killerbot's in position. Brian goes down, which is nice. Actually, Killerbot takes out Grim, and Love could turn this around. FlamingDaze has gone down.
There goes the
FlamingDaze has gone down. No res, and it actually looks like Love are going to win this. The contest is in. Interface has managed to make on, and they do have a res if they need it, but no one's there to contest Killerbot, and he's free to just get those picks he needs and hold them off.
That was beautiful. That comeback. Beautiful.
Oh, the strong res is
res.
out, and it's still going. This is potentially in. The pick on INorth by Radiant is really strong, but again, Killerbot's up there just getting the picks that he needs. Grim's on him, and he's forced to back down. And again, these are the picks. It looks like Drunken Disorderly are actually somehow managing to turn this around after overtime. That is really strong. Brian's just trying to dance around, get as much time as he can. Trying to
Things that
stall
they need to not only cap it, but they also need to keep them on overtime. Whereas the other team needs to just. Oh, there we go, the cap.
Yeah, brilliant. They won the team fight and they turned it around. It looked like they were done for a second, but the clutch Mercy res sort of kept him in the game, and they were able to just clean up after that.
100%. That was beautiful.
Play of the match.
And we have a Mercy play.
Heroes never die. For a price.
We're gonna run a lost random match, although D&D wins.
Well, if D&D wins, then there's no point doing the last match.
Well, if it involves me staying in this chair for any longer, then I'm not for it.
I think that's enough for tonight, then I guess.